Project Dirty Willy is a 2015 Jeep Wrangler Willys Wheeler W. As you can see, we've already done some modifications to it before we started this series, so I figured I would kind of give you a run through of what we've already done. First thing that sticks out is this brush guard here, then a pair of Hella Black Magic 500s on the front. Then we move along up here. This is a mount for when we take the doors off so we can mount mirrors. Then underneath it is a dual pillar mount for these Hella Optilux cubes. We've got these that beam straight forward and these that kind of go off to the side. A lot of people call them alley lights or ditch lights. We call them Sasquatch lights. What else have we done? We go inside. Inside is pretty much stock, except for we got a couple of these like little rubber inserts that go in there. And then down there, they glow in the dark, but you probably can't see on the camera. There's another big one down in there. We put in the switch panel, and these are all the switches for the lights. Believe it or not, if you're not a Jeep person, then you probably don't know this. This plastic door sill guard that you see on every vehicle, Jeeps don't come with those. So we had to order these, and we put those in. These rock sliders, we put those in. They're rock sliders, and they double as steps. I mean, you can stand on those. You come around here, we did the gas door mod on it. We did the tail light bar covers here to protect the tail lights. Trying to think what else we've done. Oh, we did the short stubby rubber antenna. And I think that might be everything that we've done to it. Alright, welcome to episode 1 of Project Dirty Willy. We're going to be putting a hitch receiver on. Let's open up the box and see what we've got. It looks like we got a wiring harness for it. Instructions. Bolts. You're always going to need some bolts. This appears to be the receiver. And that is the receiver. Alright, well, we're going to glance at the instructions here real quick and see what we need to do, and then we'll be right back. Okay, the first thing we got to do is take off the bumper, which is fairly simple. Get some light in here. You got those 2 bolts there. You got 2 more just like it over here. And then I don't know if you'll be able to see these or not. Way up in there. There's one there. And then there you go. And then one there. So there's 6 altogether that hold it. You can go ahead and take off all 6 of them, even when you're laying underneath here. And don't worry about it falling on your head because it actually kind of slides into the frame. So you can take out all the bolts and it'll stay. Then you have to pull it off. So we're going to get to work on taking off those 6 bolts. Okay, we're going to get the bumper off now. here's a free tip. If you've got something heavy like this and you're trying to line it up, if you have one, just use a jack stand. Okay, you can see that we've got the receiver set up here. Got it set on a jack stand. And it's held in with 4 of these 18mm bolts and 4 19mm nylon lock nuts and all these washers. And then it all finally gets torqued down to 80 foot-pounds. Next, you would do your wiring. We're not going to do that right now because we're not going to be towing anything for quite a while, and we're just going to wait till summertime to pedal on. But it's actually one of the easiest installs I've ever seen. You take off your tail light on the driver's side. The factory tail light wiring goes in here, and then this goes on your tail light, and then once you untangle it, this you run down and along, and it actually snaps in right here. So there, like that. And then you've got your plug for your trailer wiring. But like I said, we're not going to do that right now. I have another idea. Let me switch up over here and let me go get the other idea. This seems like a good idea. We'll open it up and see what it is. This is a rear bumper guard that is very, very similar to our front bumper guard. In order to put that on, you get a whole box of hardware. You get brackets for your driver and passenger side, you know, nuts and bolts, all that stuff. You've got to take off your bumper brackets, which have a bolt back here. Your bumper actually bolts to these top ones, and then the bottom ones here are actually to hold them to the cross member. So we've got to take those off, and then we can put the new brackets on. Can't get my socket wrench in here, so I'm going to do it by hand with a wrench. I do not know how that just doesn't fall out. As you just saw, that took no effort at all. Just a side note before we go any further, if you can see, this little rubber thing here is on both sides. That's on there basically to protect it while you've got it laying down. When you install it, take those things off. Do not leave them on. Alright, let's get this thing put together. We're going to start with this little thing they call a U-bolt. It goes into the frame and then back out of the frame. And then we're going to take our factory bracket, put it in front of our new bracket. Take your stock bolt, go through it, get in the U-bolt through the bracket, and folding it back in the stock location on the back. Okay, there's that side. Now we'll get set up to go over and do the opposite side. Okay, the next step is this funny looking thing. They call it a rod bolt. It's just a bolt with a rod welded to it. The reason why it has the rod welded to it is because it has to go in a very hard to get to location. Go through this hole, and I found the easiest thing is just drop it in there. And then come around this hole. And then it comes out the bottom right there. I know it's crooked, but what happens is when you tighten it up, it bends this rod straight. Yeah, that's a pain, and it helps to have really skinny fingers to get in there. So if you've got some great big meat hooks, you're not going to be able to get in there. Do this first. Go through. Okay, and there is that bracket. Okay, what I've done is I've gotten these outer brackets lined up to where they're straight with the brackets for the bar. I went ahead and tightened them down. These up here are still loose, so I can line them up when we put the bumper back on. As you can see, this can move freely, so the brackets are straight. Now I'm going to pull this back off. We're going to put the bumper on, and then this goes back on. Alright, let's get the bumper on here. Okay. Now the bumper is on. Alright, let's put the bar on. Alright, that is the end of episode 1 of Project Dirty Willy. There's the bar that we installed. There is the hitch. Like I said, we'll get to the wiring once it gets warmer and when we actually need it. Just figured while we had the bumper off, why not go ahead and do all of this together. So, if you like this project, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.